That's what I was gonna say. I went back and listened to the reactions. Um, it's funny because after I did let out all those tears, and then you were saying about being more assertive, yeah, it was crazy. It was like I let go of, I don't know, just a bunch of shit that I had been holding on to, or I don't know what. But then it was almost like being on a high. And like when I called out my parents and I was like on a high for like 2 fucking days, literally. Best time of my life ever. Um um I posted that thing with my opinion on it about the vaccine, which I had never done before. And the thing is, you know all my weird opinions, but I decided to not say all my weird opinions, like about germs and COVID just basically being a scare tactic and all that stuff, right? Like, I had so many. God, my voice is like really deep. Like, apparently, I'm really grounded right now. Apparently, I need to like meditate or something because it's so weird the way my voice does that. Like, when I'm grounded, my voice is way deeper. I'm guessing dancing. I guess it was grounding. I don't know. Um, yeah, where I actually like posted though. It didn't delve into all of my opinions on the vaccine because I don't know, I just didn't feel the need to. But the one that just gets me every time that I've shared with you, I have shared with other people, and apparently I just felt like I needed to just share and get out there, right? Like, I'm not going to hold on to this trauma in my body anymore. I'm not going to hold on to my opinions and stifle it. And everybody is welcome to their own opinion about COVID and the vaccine and masks and all that jazz. But the fact that they literally say that it does not prevent you from getting, like, they flat out say it doesn't prevent you from getting COVID. I'm not even worried. So, like, there's so many conspiracy theorists out there about, like, the fact that the um vaccine is actually like putting AI in us, like artificial intelligence. It's putting chips on us. It's putting stuff to whatever into us. I don't believe in that. I don't. I mean, I think it's literally just fucking. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it came out that the vaccine was just like water. It's weird because I did get a little bit of goosebumps there on that one. Like, I would not be surprised if all those quote ingredients did not actually exist in whatever it is. I don't even know what the ingredients are in it. But it wouldn't surprise me if this was like some sort of an experiment where it was literally just like a placebo the whole time. And it was just like giving people sugar water and people were like having heart attacks from it. And that would honestly prove that it's whether or not you believe in it and whether or not like you have fear about it. Like what is it that's causing the heart attacks, the blood clots, the anaphylactic shock, the whatever. Well, it's probably a traumatic event for some people to have to be forced to get the COVID vaccine. Now, it's pretty traumatic when that doesn't resonate with you and you're being forced to do it. Um, but this came from that book by Anita Morjani that I was talking about Dying to Be Me. And she gets cancer and she dies from cancer. And she comes back after having cancer. And she knows that the cancer is gone. But all of the doctors are dead set on continuing the chemo, on running a shit ton of tests. She rapidly heals from a bunch of skin wounds, like ulcers and stuff like that, that she was actually scheduled to have surgery for. But they had to push it out until she was like able to handle the surgery, right? She never needed the surgery to heal all of those wounds because she just naturally healed them. What happened to me? The psoriasis just literally started disappearing overnight. And I think it's now more so from my near death experience and actually briefly dying. Um, and that's when I started experiencing the rapid healing. Um, I digress. But she talks about just being like, fine, do whatever you need to do to prove to yourself that I am cancer free because I know I'm cancer free. If you really need to do all these biopsies, all these tests, if the fact that I'm telling you I am cancer free and the fact that I am rapidly healing, if that's not good enough for you, fine. And she did do some more chemo, and she said at that point she knew she was fine. She knew she was safe. And that to me goes back to I think everything just is. I do not think that the vaccine is good or bad, but I think our judgment on that vaccine, whether we think it's going to help us keep from getting COVID, or whether we think that we're going to get sick from getting the vaccine and experience a bunch of side effects or worse, you know, I think that's what determines our outcome. And I'm not necessarily even saying that this is something that you can change because I don't know. Maybe you can just change your thought and brainwash yourself otherwise. Maybe. Or maybe it has to do with what really truly resonates with your soul. And if getting the vaccine, so like, what did I hear when I was going through my NDE with all the psoriasis? I literally just kept hearing over and over again, do not put anything on me or in me. Don't put anything on me or in me. Don't put anything on me or in me. Don't put anything on me or in me. Like, I heard that so many times, it was fucking ridiculous. I still love the fact that I never once thought that I was going crazy hearing voices. I never even questioned that I was hearing voices, but I literally was saying, I just kept hearing, don't put anything on me or in me. Don't put anything on me or in me. And I don't know if that was because I needed to just experience and go through it and not put a band-aid on it. Um, because at some point after the NDE, I did break down and ask my naturopath for Valium, and it was a wonderful band-aid for some of those panic attacks, and it has helped me immensely, and I still have the bottle of it, like with quite a few in it. I think I did she initially gave me like 5 days worth or something like that, right? And then the dose was just like I wanted a slightly stronger dose, but I wanted to start with the lowest dose, right? But I do remember the one time with Dave, I was in here in the bedroom and I was hooked up to the passive range of motion machine for my hip. And I remembered experiencing my first panic attack. And this was probably meant to be, right? Because I never experienced a panic attack before. And I'm pretty sure that's the only one I ever experienced before my NDs. So that was probably meant to be. And I remember experiencing the panic attack, and Dave somehow knew that's what was going on, and he went and got the like one Valium that I had in my drawer because I was going to have a procedure for a SI joint injection, the sacroiliac joint injection. I was gonna have a procedure for that, and the doctor suggested I take Valium ahead of time so that I would be chill for it. And I think that would have been the best idea. And so he gave me one Valium for it to take, and I ended up going the surgical route for the hip, and I did not end up getting that SI joint injection. So I still had that Valium in the drawer. So post op, when I had the one panic attack, Dave went and got that. I took it. This used to be his side of the bed. And I remember just passing out. And it was like I woke up and it was like a clean slate. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that was the craziest thing ever. And I woke up just feeling normal again, right? Like nothing had ever happened. So I think that was meant to be to know, years down the line, because all that shit happened for a reason, right? Like that's so crazy now that I think about it. Because that was in 2013, and then fast forward to 2020, 2021, when I experienced the NDE and all those panic attacks. And after I died, I'll just say it, experienced the NDE, um, there was definitely a switch that flipped. And then it seemed like it was okay to put something, to take something for the anxiety. So I don't know. I don't hear that message anymore. So maybe, like, for me, if I got the vaccine, I'd be just fine. Like, it would be no big deal. But for me, it's more the principle behind it as of right now. And it's not in my reality. So I don't need to go get it. I don't have a trip to Iceland planned, I don't have a trip to Iceland that landed in my lap that I need to go get the vaccine for. So I'm not concerned about going and getting it because I don't need it. I don't need it for traveling at this point. There's nowhere yet that I'm going that I absolutely have to have it. So I'm not worried about that. And if I went and got it, I wouldn't be worried about it. It just is. It's just whatever it is just whatever it is. Again, just like with the bear attack, I do not think it's in the universe's plan for me to die from a bear attack. But if it is, so be it. I do not think it's in the universe's plan for me to die from the fucking COVID vaccine or get sick from the fucking COVID vaccine shot, whatever you want to call it. So I think that if I did get the vaccine, I would be just fucking fine. Like, it would just be just to be able to do something, but that's the part that doesn't resonate with me is the control. The fact that they would be forcing me to put something in my body just so I can go somewhere. It's my body. I'm an adult. I'm going to tell you what I want in my body and what I don't want in my body. And you're not going to fucking force something to go in my body. That's like fucking rape. I can't believe I just went there, but I did because it literally is because you were forcing something in somebody's body that they do not want, and that is extremely violating. All right, time to get up, go take this guy for. Maybe I'll go hop on my bike and go take him for a run, and then get ready and head into work. I love you and happy Thursday.